Dear students, in today's video, I'll be giving you a brief summary of the chapter in the Kingdom of Fools taken from the Moments Book of Class 9th. This story has been written by A.K. Ramanujan. So this story is about a kingdom of fools, where both the king and his minister were idiots. In an attempt to be different from others, they foolishly took the decision to change night with day and vice versa. Hence, the people in this kingdom would do all their work, like tilling the fields or running their businesses, late at night, and all would sleep when the sun rose up. Those who disobeyed were threatened with death punishment. So everyone followed this foolish practice. Now, one day, a guru and his disciple visited this kingdom and was surprised to find the whole kingdom asleep during the day. When night came, people began their routine activities. The two men had become very hungry by this time, so they went to a grocery shop. It was utterly surprising for them to see that everything had the same cost, a single duddu. Initially, they were both happy as they could buy all that they wanted for a very nominal amount. However, the guru, being a wise man, decided to leave the place and told his disciple that the behavior of fools cannot be predicted and it was not safe to stay there for long. But the disciple decided to stay back and the guru alone left the city. One day, a thief broke into a rich merchant's house by making a hole in the wall. However, when he was leaving after the loot, the wall of the old house fell on his head and killed him instantly. The thief's brother complained to the king that the merchant was to be blamed for his brother's death and should hence be punished. The foolish king assured him of justice and summoned the merchant. The king told the merchant that he would be punished for having murdered the man who burgled his house. The merchant was a wise man and escaped punishment by telling the king that the wall had been built in his father's time. So the bricklayer who built such a weak wall was responsible for the thief's death and should get the punishment. The bricklayer too wisely evaded punishment and put the blame on the dancing girl. He claimed that he got distracted by her jingling anklets when she went up and down the street on the day the wall was built by him. The dancing girl, in her turn, shifted the blame to the goldsmith. She said that she had to walk up and down the street many times because the goldsmith had delayed her order. The goldsmith defended himself by pleading that he could not complete the dancing girl's order in time because he had to first finish a rich merchant's order. This rich merchant was the father of the same person on whom the blame was put earlier. So the rich merchant was called again. He pleaded his innocence on the ground that the jewelry had been ordered by his father. But the foolish king told the merchant that he had inherited all his father's sins in the same way as he had got his wealth. Hence, he must be executed for the killing of the burglar. A new stake was ordered by the king for the execution. However, moments before the killing, the minister observed that the merchant was too thin for the new stake. So, it was decided to find a person who fitted the stake. The disciple, who had gone fat after eating bananas, rice, wheat, and ghee for days, was caught to be killed in place of the merchant. He pleaded that he was a sannyasi and had not done anything wrong. But the king's men did not listen to him. He was reminded of his guru, and while waiting for death, he prayed to him in his heart for help. The guru had magical powers and he saw everything in a vision. He arrived at once to save his disciple. He first scolded the disciple and then whispered something in his ears. Then, admiring the king for his wisdom, the guru urged him to put him to death in place of his disciple. The disciple at once understood the guru's move and insisted on being put to death earlier than his guru. This behavior puzzled the king. He asked the guru to explain the reason behind the desire to get executed first. The guru asked the king to promise him that if he told him the reason, he would put him to death earlier than the disciple. The king assured him, and the guru, taking the king aside, told that the stake was the stake of the God of justice. It was new, and no criminal had ever been put on it. Hence, whoever dies first will be reborn as the king, and the next person will be reborn as the minister. This information put the king in deep thought. He discussed the matter with his minister, and they decided to go to the stake themselves. The minister told the executioners that the criminals to be punished would be sent at night. They should be killed one after the other without any mistake. At night, the king and his minister secretly went to the prison and set free the guru and his disciple. Then they disguised themselves as the two criminals and were executed as per their revised orders. When their bodies were taken down to be thrown to the crows and vultures, people panicked. The city got confused. They mourned all night and finally went to the guru and begged him and his disciple to be their king and minister. The disciple agreed easily, but the guru agreed on the condition that they would be allowed to change the old laws. That's all for today. See you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.